and I started to have ambitions. I like photography, I like cameras, and I was like, I want to direct. I directed, like I worked my way on the.
So this was early on, wow.
Yeah, early,
Okay.
like short films, like students, people coming out, I directed. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Okay.
But I just got in there, started filming things, and just a couple of times, but I liked it. And when me and Matt were talking about like, you know, we kept on getting these things to audition, our thing was like, everybody else has a reel. At that time, it was like a VHS tape with your shit on it that you can show somebody that's good, so they'll hire you. Because a lot of times it's like they don't know who you are, you can't audition, you can't come in, whatever. So our obsession was like, let's write something for us that we can make as a real low budget movie. The goal was like, but we'll have some good acting scenes on it. It's gonna be our reel.
Okay.
So we want to have this scene for the reel, that scene for the reel. That's how we started writing. From a self-serving, like, what can I do as an actor? What can I do performance-wise? Okay, the accents where we grew up, this is different. We had a different view on things. We had, you know, and a lot of it was just sitting around drinking, coming up with shit, telling stories. What we learned was like, have a tape recorder going, play it back, listen to it, and then we would do it as like, what if it was Morgan Freeman playing the part? What if it was Ben Kingsley playing the part? And do the scene that way, doing our Morgan Freeman bit. I mean, I hope those tapes are long gone because it's.
I hope they're not. I hope they're not. Not to see them and laugh at them, by the way, which I would. I hope they're not because from what I'm hearing, you were extremely like proactive.
I just was a fan. I love movies. This was like, we thought about all day long. And so it was like, let's do something like that. And I don't know that it's that like kind of reckless hubris of youth. You know, we started thinking, okay, what if we get it to one person? So we gotta write a part for a movie star. Now we gotta make it short weeks so that they come in quick. They gotta have the cool monologues. We got somebody like literally planned it out that way. Like come and have it real quick. We gotta write the movies all just in houses, so it doesn't cost money in parks, no effects or anything like that. So and it's gotta be a love interest. Okay, great.
But your intelligence is so high. Like, at this point, your understanding of simply what a production could be, the common sense of saying to make it this way so we can afford it, so these people can come in quick. This is coming, of course, from the history of acting that you were able to embed yourself in.
And also just reading about it, studying about it, paying attention to it. Wow. And yeah, being on sets, that's the value, as I tell like a lot of actors who ask me a question, like, yeah, I did 50 jobs as an extra at least, right? I had so much extra work, you know, you're there and you have to go eat the wrapped up shit and they're like, you know, they treat you like cattle or whatever, but I was happy to be there. Yeah. I did, before I was in the union, $50. Come down, $50, you're gonna be there all day. And I was like, okay, for $50, I'm gonna get to watch and see how they're doing this.
I'm gonna study the craft.
Attention. And that's the way I approached my acting career throughout to learn how to direct. Was like, the closer I can be to the director, the more I can learn, the more I'll be like have the position to ask questions. And so that was what we did. By the time we wrote that script, and it took years to write it, and then rewrite it, and it was really
how many years in total?
3 or 4 years of writing overall before it got made, but there was 2.5 years of just writing, passing it back and forth. The fact that we finished it, it would sit there, then we have an idea, Matt would write me something, I would write something, we get together, we do it. And then we also, at the same time, Matt started getting work in studio movies. And I started getting work in like independent, Sundance type movies. Like I did Chasing Amy, it's a movie called Going All the Way. I did a $1 million movie called, so I started working as an actor.
What was the level of support at that point?
The level of support was, the thing about me and Matt was like, if we were to get along and be friends, we had to find that out right away. Because when we were 16, we were going down to New York to read for, we read for Prince of Tides, or we read for like Barbra Streisand and the Sun. And those are the good movies. Like, we auditioned for Dead Poets Society. We auditioned all these movies as kids. So I had to feel like, I want to get the part more than I want you to get the part. But if I don't get it, I want you to get it.
Yes.
So by the time we actually, we did movies. Matt got a part. He got the lead in School Ties, which I had a small part in. And then he got a couple of TNT movies. And Matt, I remember when we were written Good Will Hunting, Matt got hired as a lead or the second lead in a Tommy Lee Jones TNT Western. And he was like, it was called The Good Old Boys. And he was like, listen, man, I think we give the script to Tommy, and we get Tommy, we get our, and I was like, all right, how are we gonna approach Tommy? How's Tommy? We talked about it, planned it out, we're gonna do Tommy. And he went down to wherever he was, Oklahoma or Texas or whatever, the first day. I called him at the hotel, the Motel 6 where he was at. I was like, how'd it go? Did you talk to Tommy? He goes, I don't think Tommy's gonna do that movie.